Welcome to day 5 of the Jingle Bells training. I'm kind of sad that today's the last day. It was so much fun being with you all every day. And I wanted to commend you for showing up day after day. There were really quite a few regulars, which makes it very fun. So first, I just want to quickly recap everything we've gone through, and then you can take your time and review videos if you need to work on any of it anymore. So let's see, let me change my view. Okay, so the first thing is just to be comfortable with the melody on its own. If you're teaching a beginner, you can even do third finger. So they can do just one finger if they're not ready for all 5. Then you add the root note in the left hand, just third finger. Etc. That way they really know which chord they're going to. The third thing is to do the whole triad. And then if they can only do the melody, if you're teaching, you can do that accompaniment where you go down to the 5, chord 5. So you just do the root note and then go down to the 5th to accompany them. And it's good to use a few inversions in your right hand. The next is to do half notes for your accompaniment or for your left hand, the root note, and then the 3rd and the 5th. And then in day 2, we turn that into quarter notes. And then we dropped the 5th down. So it just gives it more variety. And you can add some slides. Play with rhythm. And then day 3, we had Bradley's super fun jazz. So you have to work on your jazz chords and work on that bass with the 1, 2, 3, 5. And then day 4, we did the lilting 6/8. You go down to the 5th. And you can even harmonize with the 6. So that's days 1 through 4. And now we're on day 5 and we're doing more of a lush contemporary style with a fuller left hand pattern. So here I will just play the whole thing and then I'll break it down. We're going to be back in 4/4 now. You can end on that beautiful jazz chord that Bradley taught us. Okay, so first we will do the left hand. The pattern is the root note and then the 5th with your 2nd finger, so the G, and then the thumb plays the root note. So 1, 5, 1, and then you're going to cross over 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. So the pattern is 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. So thinking in scale degrees. And the fingerings are 5, 2, 1, crossing over with 4. So it's C, G, C, D, E, G, E, D. If you're thinking in scale degrees, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. Does anybody have questions on that pattern? Can you give a thumbs up if that makes sense? Got it? All right, I think everybody has it. And then you just transpose that to whatever, whichever chord you're on. So let's say you're on F, you would have F, C, F, crossover with 4, back to your C. The D, of course, you have to have your F sharp, and then the G. So let's go through just the left hand, and you do that for each bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Bar 2. Bar 3. Bar 4. Okay, now we're going to F and C to D and to G. C. Get ready for F. C. G. C. It's so pretty just on its own. It sounds lovely. Okay, so now we're going to put that hands together. So it you can do the exact same rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And if you're adventurous, you can play around with the rhythm of the melody. So either do it very straight the way it's written, or feel free to play around with the rhythm of the melody. Okay, so let's put it together. And remember, you're doing eighth notes the whole time in your left hand. 1 and 2, and here we go. Jazz chord. So you have that fifth, use C major, first inversion, add the A. Or if you want to make it a C9, you add the D. Okay, before we do our final exercise with hands together, I just wanted to, first of all, thank everybody so much for joining me. This was so much fun. And I hope you understand that with just a little bit of guidance and a little bit of practice, anybody is able to improvise at all sorts of different levels. So maybe you're in one of those more beginning levels, or maybe you're able to try the most advanced. But with just a little bit of knowledge, you're able to do pretty incredible things. And you can take these concepts and try them out with different holiday tunes. So take any of these concepts and see if you can apply them to other tunes. And then I, again, invite everybody to Piano Connect in January, where we will do very similar types of activities with my dream team of of teachers from around the world that will be leading different sessions. So there's 2 or 3 sessions in the morning for 2 days. And then there are about two sessions in the afternoon. So if you're in a different time zone than the US, you should be able to attend at least half of the day. And then you have the replay for the other 2. So I hope that doesn't stop people from participating and getting all of these tools from these wonderful teachers. And then I don't want anyone to think that they would just be sitting there staring at a screen all day on Zoom. I would never coordinate anything that would be so dry. It's very interactive and hands-on. It's like a 2-day training. It's just different classes and sessions. And the topics are anything from lead sheets by Bradley Sowash, who guest taught this week, or how to create a melody based on different chord progressions by Jeremy Siskind. And then there's beginning composition, beginning improv by me and Lee Levis. And there's a masterclass by Dennis Alexander, if anyone has students that want to participate. I feel like I might be forgetting something. There's concerts at night, and those are free for anybody. So even if you can't join us for Piano Connect, maybe you can join us for a concert. And it's just going to be fabulous. Tim Topham is teaching 4-chord composing, and that's going to be really exciting. So just using 4 chords and playing in a pop style. And so Yuri says, thank you for breaking it down for people. I'm so glad that it worked for you and your daughter. It's very fun having you. So anyway, with the challenge, if you still want to participate, you can go back and post from any of the days. So you just put your name on the spreadsheet. You keep track of if you practiced, if you watched the video, and if you post on social media, you get 5 points for each post that you do. And I added a new bonus. Anybody that you tell about it, you will get a point for each person. So it could be a verbal telling or an email or a text, anything. So I'm running this completely on my own, and anything you can do to help spread the word is so helpful. And I'm just doing it because I'm so passionate about being able to get classical pianists to get off of the page and to be able to take all of those years of knowledge that you've had and being able to apply that knowledge in a more creative way for you and for your students. So each time you teach it, it trickles out into the world, and there's just more creativity and more joy. So I appreciate any time that you tell anybody about it. And then I also teach a very intensive course called Piano Flow, if anyone is interested in hearing more about that, where we do weekly meetings on improvisation, and we also incorporate yoga, reading about creativity, and composition. So that's all I have for you. And we're going to put hands together one more time. And I just again want to thank everybody, and I hope you will take all of this knowledge from this week and apply it to other Christmas tunes, or really to any folk tune. So let's do our last exercise. And for the last one, it's just taking the 6th. Let's see here for the chats. Maybe I'll teach the ending, and then I'll answer the questions in the chat. Okay, so for our last thing, it's nothing new. It's just harmonizing the right hand with the 6th, just like we did yesterday. And so your 5 will now be on the melody. And again, just wherever you feel like it. You could do all of them, or maybe just the first note wants one. So you just kind of grab what you can. You can play with the rhythm. Here you can do it on each note. It sounds so nice. Or you can just maybe only do the 6s on the E's. So up to you, whatever you feel like grabbing. Gotta have that F sharp for that one. Any questions before we try that? Let me see everybody. Does anyone have a question? Joyce?
Yes, I have a question. When you say the 6th from E down,
yep,
the sixth is the G.
Yes.
For C, the sixth is A. So how do we know which one to use?
So you said a 6 down from E is G, and then what was the next thing you said?
I said that in the scale of C, the sixth is the A.
Yeah, so a 6 up from C is an A. But we're
Yeah.
just thinking of whatever the melody note is.
Uh-huh.
And I like to think of it just on, you can think just the first note of each measure. So the melody note is an E, and then you just drop down a 6th from the melody note.
Okay, so we don't, okay, I get
Yeah.
it. All
So you're
right,
just thinking of each melody note and then playing a 6 below it.
okay,
And you can just throw in a few. Maybe it's the first one of each measure. Maybe it's only the first one of each phrase. Or maybe you try it on every note. So it's up to you, however many you want to try in there. Any other questions? All right, let's try it together. And we'll take it a little slow. 1, 2, here we go. You can do another one. Another one. And then jazz chord. So you can hear on some of my rolls, I went, when I had the 7th. So that's from the other day where on the 7th, you can go up to that B flat for your last notes. And at the ends, you can go up if you want. So let's do one last time together and start with your little intro. And then I want you to play whichever one you want. Anything we've done all week. I'll put myself on mute. And you do whichever one you want. Maybe you love that jazz one. Maybe you just want to do a little lilting. Maybe you want a little stride. All right, so just do whichever one is most fun for you. And then we'll convene in 1 minute. All right, have at it. How'd everybody do? Is it good? Thumbs up if you did well. Yay. Gallery view. Okay, I want to take a group photo. This was so fun. So if you don't want to be in the photo, just turn your camera off. Or you go to video, stop video. Or you could just walk away, even easier. Just step away from your piano if you don't want to be in it. All right, let's see. You ready? Say jingle bells. Yay. All right, everybody rocked it. And look for your replay. Don't forget pianoconnect.org if you're interested in more. And thank you so much for participating. This was so much fun. Yes.